Mark, let's go through your team news first. You left out AJ Towse, Jesse D and Charlie Severs from the Dewsbury match.
Yeah.
What's their situation?
Well, they were injured when I got the job, and nothing's changed there. So Jesse's, we got a scan for him this week just to see how much damage is there. So he could be a case, no, he's fit and available from next week, so it could be a prolonged period of time. And the other two, we're already on the injured list. So again, when there's a bit more news to give, I'll give you it. But at the moment, currently all three of them are injured. Yeah, it's the swings and roundabouts of rugby league, isn't it? Yeah. You just have to handle this situation. Rugby league's one of the most powerful games in the world, and injuries just come thick and fast. Yeah, they do, and that's part of the game, as you said. It'd be nice to always have a fully fit squad. It's never the case, so. Yeah, it's tough news on them. Some good players in them three there, so we'll be doing what we can to get them back fit. That's the main thing, just get them back fit and ready. And then when they are available, make sure they're putting themselves in that mix. And the lads that have got the shirts at the moment, it's theirs to lose, isn't it? It's as simple as that. So next man up, we crack on. Yeah. How are those who were left out last weekend? How are they revving themselves up in training now? You've had a good full week, I suspect, to have a good look at them all. Yeah, listen, the playing group's been fantastic. Really impressed with with everyone in that group, and it's a team sport. If you want to get a shirt in the team, then you've got to make sure that you're performing in training, as well as if you're lucky enough to get a shirt in that 17, you've got to make sure you do your job on the field. So it's just getting that element of competitiveness back, and making sure people are striving every session and every game to perform, which I can't fault anyone for. I think the sessions that we've done today, everyone's been really well. They're competing and they're buying into what we're trying to achieve. Yeah. Anyone in particular striving more than others? No, I'm not going to go down that line. Really happy, right from your youngest in your squad to Liam Harris as the captain, who's competitive as they come. So really happy with just how everyone's buying into it. But we spoke about last week that we wanted to set a benchmark for where we wanted to be as a team, but we're under no illusions. It's going to be a different sort of challenge this week, and we've got to make sure we build on what we started last week, really. Yeah. How's Sam Cook settled into things? Yeah, all right. He's settled in. Started same time as me. He seems well. He's played with Atta before, Atta in Ghana, so I think they've helped him quite a lot behind the scenes. But he's a good professional. Speaks well. Obviously intelligent in how he sees the game and plays the game. So lads have really responded well to him, and he's vocal. Speaks when he feels he can add value. So yeah, really happy with how he's fitted into the group. As an ex-NRL man and someone who's been down under yourself, you know both sides, don't you? Having to go across the other side of the world, it's one of the biggest challenges, I guess. Definitely develops you as a person. Take the rugby league away from it. Anyone that's willing to go travel and live in a different environment and different culture, it'll bring you on as a person for sure. But I mean, main thing for me is with Sam Cook, he's a good addition to our squad that'll add competition to places. I remember you saying last week about Hendo saying anything that you need, you can go and get it. Does that mean there's a blank checkbook if you wanted to bring in any of your own players? Oh no, it's still Clint. Yeah, so Endo's great as a soundboard. As I said before previously, I've known Endo for many a year. In terms of, it'd be nice if I could just go to Endo and he could sign the checks, but no, it's Clint's. Clint's the guy that I'd go to for that. Endo's more the rugby operational side, so the stuff under the first team, setting up the pathway and all that jazz. But yeah, Endo, if I need any advice in terms of some of the playing squad that I might not know as well, he's definitely there for that. Well, I know the strength of the squad previously, so have you gone to Clint with maybe one or two that you want to sign close shortly to add to what you've got? Mainly looking at next year, as you'd expect at this time of year. There's a real solid core group here. There's obvious holes in the squad. Don't need to point them out. I think anyone can see them. But as you'd expect, an head coach and an owner at this stage of the year, you're talking about where you want to be next year and what sort of budget you're looking at and where the gaps in your squad are. And you know, that's happening in the background, but the here and now is we've got a solid core group this year, and we want to achieve this year too. You know, I've definitely not just joined to make up the numbers. You want to compete. That's what sport's all about, is competing. So yeah, there's conversations happening, but at the same time, let's not lose sight. Featherstone on Sunday is most important thing at the moment.
I'll ask one more before coming on to Featherstone. That is because he played for 2 weeks here. Franklin Pellet let go by Hull FC. Now, I don't know the situation if he's going back to Australia or New Zealand immediately. Would you take him if he was available?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say no to him, put it that way. Yeah, I've not met him myself personally. I know he's had a couple of games here. You know, I'm sure he'll get a few offers coming his way till the end of the year, and I'm sure that you know, Clinton will be on with that. Because if we could get a player of his calibre till the end of the year, for example, where he can put himself in the shop window, you know, and he adds competition to our squad, 100% you get him in. The more competition you get for places, the better everyone's going to perform. Simple as that. Let's
look at Featherstone. You spoke about how defence wins your championships, and you managed to nil Dewsbury. How big a step up are Featherstone in this season in particular? Yeah, look,
I don't even mean this disrespectful to Dewsbury either, but Featherstone are a traditional big hitter in the championship. You know, I think it's fair to say that most people are expecting them to be in Super League this year, which shows you the calibre of squad that they've got, and they've still got, you know, some of that squad now. They'll be a very well coached team. You know, I know the coach very well too. So big set, very big set, physical. You know, I'm led to believe they've signed a couple this week as well that'll add, what's the right word, another dimension to what they've been doing. So we're expecting a different sort of challenge to what we had last week, but it's one we're looking forward to and we're relishing, really.
Is this the first time you'll be coming up against 4D as coach versus coach?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, because you know, when we've coached previously, I've been doing the reserves and academy teams, and then obviously last year we were together, so it will be. Yeah, it'll be the first time. Yeah, but it's not really about me and 4D. It's like, I don't really want to go down that narrative because when out on the field, it's irrelevant. You know, our jobs are done by Friday, and it's over to the players come Sunday. And yeah, it'd be good to see him, and I'm just looking forward to a good game, if I'm perfectly honest with you, and seeing that test for our lads. That I don't think there's any pressure on us. If I'm honest with you, we want to go and compete with the best in the championship. You know, you'd definitely put Featherstone around that mix. You know, definitely in the top 5, wouldn't you? So. You know, that's what we want to be associated with, so we know that we've got to go and match them standards that we hit last week, and also fix up a few areas where we know that if we'd have come up against what's the right word, a better quality opposition on the day, we'd probably have been punished a bit harder.
Yeah, if they were to lose this game, it would be 4 in a row, and that's the first time they've done that in 7 years.
Right.
Do you think that has anything that you can say to your team, say, look, this is that might gear them up even more on the stands, on the field as well, I've got to be aware of?
No, I can't control it. It's none of. I haven't really focused on Featherstone apart from knowing where the threats are on the field. You know, what's happening there is irrelevant to us. We've just got to focus on ourselves. You know, real cliche, as I say, control the controllables. We're just focusing on our own standard. You know, where we want to be as a team, what we want to be known for as a team, and his own markers, and you know, whatever's happening externally is not really our business, is it? So we're just focusing on where York Knights need to be, and you know, hitting his own goals.
Lovely, thank you very much.
No problem.
40-0 win at the weekend.
Yeah.
Was that the best start you could have hoped for?
Yeah, well, the most pleasing thing we're getting that 0. As I said in the press conference, defence wins your championships. Now, if we want to be in that mix around the top end of the championship, we need a solid defence. Now, you know, I don't think Marchie will be too happy with how Dewsbury played, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I think they wasted a bit of opportunity. It's a different calibre of team that we're playing on Sunday in terms of, you know, they're expected to be up in the top 3 at least at the end of the year, so we're looking forward to that. As I said, I don't think there's any pressure on us, and we're looking forward to you know, going out there and putting our best foot forward for how we want to be as a team as well.
Have you taken anything from the game into training camp? Is there anything you're looking at working on ahead of that?
Yeah, there's a few things that we feel we could be stronger on, but at the same time, the most impressive thing, the lads are really together. One thing that I've really enjoyed since I've come in is seeing how close all the lads are and how together they are. And I think we need to build on that and keep on nurturing that, because there's some real good people here, and I genuinely am enjoying coaching them.
And is defence going to be a big focus against Featherstone again? I
think it's got to be. They're a very big side. If we're not on defensively, then they'll come straight through us. They've got a very big physical pack. Then off back of that, you look at some of the players they've got in the back line. They've got Callum Akers at fullback, who's a quality player. Greg Eden, who's a proven Super League quality finisher. You've got Gareth Gale, that at Championships probably one of the most dominant wingers about over the last couple of years. You've got Greg Minikin in centre, so there's some quality there. At the same time, we're relishing that challenge, and it's a good test for us as a team, and we want to go in confident in his own ability, and hopefully it'll be a really good game.
Yeah, we spoke of there's a couple of players carrying knocks. Have there been any fresh injuries since last week's game?
Just a couple of bumps and bruises, I believe. I don't think there's anything of serious concern that's come out of Sunday, and that's not me trying to be shy about it. I think it's mainly just a few bumps and bruises which you get after most games, as you'd expect when you've got two 18-stone blokes running into each other time and time again.
And where do you think you can take this squad this season?
Good question. It's just the old cliche of one game at a time. We first and foremost, we knew that last Sunday were a big game because we didn't want to get dragged into that dogfight that you can find yourself in at the bottom of the table. I think getting that wins give us a bit of a platform to build off, and this week coming up, it's another good test for us, and we're just going to go 1 week at a time. But if we have a fully fit squad and everyone's firing and we get that connectivity and connection about us, then I think we can be a solid team. I really do. But I'm not going to come out here and make predictions for you. We're just going to go as simple as 1 week at a time and see where that takes us.
Okay. I'll try not to cover too much that you've probably said last week in your first press conference. Unfortunately, couldn't be there for it. How have you found it being back in there so far this first week or so?
Yeah, I loved it. As I've just said there, the one thing that I've been super impressed by is how coachable the guys are and how together they are. So yeah, I really enjoyed being back. They've made my first week or so back at York really enjoyable.
How's the time away from the game been for you?
Good. It's one of them when you're in it, you don't think you need a break. When you do actually get a break, you realise how much you needed that break. So enjoyed spending time with my daughter, just having a bit of time to reflect, as we all should do, and feeling ready and recharged to get my teeth back into something which, is York Knights.
Was this the sort of job that you were after? I don't know if you'd had any offers before this one, but...
Yeah, I'd had a few offers, at different levels of the game. I was just waiting. Sometimes you just feel that an opportunity is right, and you get that, I suppose, it lights a spark in you, and I just felt at York, obviously, with my affinity to the club, and... where the club could go if things are done right on and off the field. It just felt like a good opportunity for myself. So yeah, really, really happy that I've taken it up. And as I say, this first week or two's been really enjoyable to get back into rugby league.
Do you feel like a bit of a different one you were at previously?
Yeah. I mean, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? I think the whole game outside Super League's progressed in terms of just the money that's in the game now compared to what was even 10-15 years ago. But I mean, the infrastructure around York now is unbelievable. It's probably, I can't think of many grounds better outside Super League. It's definitely better than certain grounds in Super League. Everything's here now. We just got to keep on building on it and make sure that it's knocking on the door for next time licensing is available for a Super League club, that it's ready and raring to go.
Is that where you'd like to see the club long term?
Yeah,
looking at getting up to Super League.
Yeah, I think you've got to do as
a part of that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, my aspirations long term are to go back coaching Super League. I mean, obviously an interesting start last year to my coaching career there, but also one that I don't think a lot of coaches have taken on. You know, really learned a lot about myself in that. I enjoyed that. You know, another fantastic group of people that were coaching there. Difficult circumstances, and you know, learned a lot about myself and the people around me through that experience. So I feel that you know, I want to coach back at Super League, and hopefully that'll you know, be with York Knights.
Looking at York in the here and now, sort of the squad that you've got, I know you said they're a pretty decent bunch as you've found so far. Obviously, you know, the results have been a bit of a struggle this season in terms of the actual quality of the squad. What you made from what you've been able to tell so far? Yeah,
pleasantly surprised. And listen, results have been a struggle, but there's a load of different factors that go into a season. I think there's been a few injuries to key people at different parts. You know, I know we had the luxury of putting, you know, as probably his first choice 1, 6 and 7 out there last Sunday, which makes a big difference. So you've got to get a bit of luck at draw with your injury, but yeah, real happy. As I said, the lads, I can't have asked for more. They've responded to what we want to do as a coaching team. They're buying into that, and we've just got to keep on building that sort of atmosphere and that expectation of what we want to achieve.
You were speaking a little bit earlier about sort of looking ahead to next season and the squad for that as well, as you obviously have to do at this time. How is it for you when you're obviously coming in at this period of the season? Do you have to make judgments sort of quite quickly on players that you'd like to keep?
No, it's a good question. I haven't had to make any judgment yet. It's more just chats about where do you see, you know, the strength of the squad, where do you think we could boost, you know, like things like that. Naturally, players are going to sign elsewhere. You know, that's just nature of the beast in professional sport. But the main thing is that you don't let it distract you from what you want to achieve this year. And as I said, the players seem a real good bunch. So just looking forward and enjoying working with this current group, you know, until September, and hopefully a bit longer with quite a few of them.